welcome back to another episode of the Got a Problem podcast.
Woo! Welcome back.
Has anyone got a problem this week?
I got a problem.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Why is my Uber rating 4.8?
Oh.
I sit quietly at the back of the car, minding my business.
Wait, 4.8 is bad.
My Uber rating is like
Mine's
4.3.
Mine's less than that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Even if it was 4.9, first of all, I sit at the back of the car, minding my business. I stay silent, put the window down. I just I'll put
You
my
put the
headphones on
window
as
down,
well.
that's the problem. Maybe he doesn't want to be cold.
I don't care. I'm the passenger. I'm the customer, bro. Are you mad?
Yeah.
I'm paying you to drive me home.
Yeah.
Flip. Why does everyone keep protecting the flipping driver or like the company?
not protecting
What about
the-
me?
not
What
protecting
about
the driver.
What about my needs?
Uber, I love you. I love you.
Uber.
Uber, we love you.
I love you.
I love you, Uber. I love you.
I'll say I'm a boat guy.
4.8.
Oh,
Because
don't
my
cuss
Uber
about
rating's
too
I've
much.
done niche.
That's your problem. Maybe you should
I
offer
get
him
in the
something.
car in silence.
Offer him something, man.
You're fuming, yeah.
Chat to him.
What's your Uber rating? Because your Uber's gone viral.
I don't actually know what my
No,
Uber rating
because
is,
it
you know?
does have an impact. So imagine if you're like your star's got if you got like 2 out of 5, let's say,
They won't pick
and I'm
you
a
up.
driver, I'll be like, the fuck is wrong with
I
that
ain't picking
guy?
you up, yeah. I think you're a
Yeah.
murderer. I ain't
Yeah,
picking you up.
I got
think,
banned.
do you know what it is? I think one time either at uni or like when we turned 18, I got an Uber home from somewhere with someone that was
He
a
was
mess.
mash up.
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
I think I was
someone
being
else.
a good friend,
Yeah, sure
and
it
they
wasn't.
ruined my Uber
Free him.
rating. Definitely.
I actually got banned in uni. Don't know why they unbanned me, but I got banned by Uber.
Why?
Like, yeah, well, I don't know why. Well, I was at uni.
you got banned from Uber. At
I don't know,
uni.
but Uber, I love you. I love you,
Well,
Uber.
I'm not even involved.
How
How about that?
She's a free now girl.
Hold on, what's your rating?
I don't know. Should
My
I find out?
my rating is
I
4
want to
point
find
something.
out. Producer, can I find out my Uber
I'll
rating?
check mine right now.
Yeah, go on, have a look.
I'm checking mine right
Everyone
now.
look at the Uber ratings.
My rating,
Yeah, go on.
4.5.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
What did you do?
My
I don't
rating. Ooh, is 4.48. It's worse than you.
Do
Yeah.
you know what? He probably saw one of your videos and said, I don't like the
I
way
don't
he
like
reviewed
that
that
guy.
music.
He
I
probably
don't
had
know,
some
yeah,
music
he's
in his
like, do you know what,
like,
this guy,
he
bro?
was, he was probably playing DBE, got home and saw a video of me going.
Next up.
No, we don't need to do mine.
Oh,
No,
yes,
it's
we
okay,
do.
it's okay.
Yes, we do.
Why?
You tell us.
You even requested that we do this
But
bit.
before you
Go
tell
on.
us, Uber, we just want to say we love you.
Uber, I love you.
No, forget this. What's your rated?
Thank you. My Uber rating is 4.47.
Oh my
one
God.
below.
Yeah, but it's the lowest, isn't it?
Wow, and I
But-
thought 4.8
but
was bad.
barely.
And this man came with the problem, and he's got
I'm
the
full-
highest.
But I
rating.
was
He
just
just came to flex
yeah,
on us.
innit? I also think because of what I'm talking about in Uber, right? I'd be chatting to my Uber drivers. I've
You
told
be
them
sending
that.
them dreams about
Yeah.
marrying their kids.
I do the opposite. I don't want to chat. I don't want to chat. I want to be in there silent.
And that's
Sleeping.
probably why.
And that's why I'm getting low
That's probably why.
reviews. Because I don't want
She's
to chat.
boring.
I
That's
care
what the
about them,
drivers
man.
said.
My recent brother, Uncle Fahim, thank you, Uncle Fahim. I went and picked up a lamp. He was telling me where to find a nice boy, how to. He said, never approach her, man. He's giving me tips,
That's
man.
good tips right
Yeah,
there.
big up Uncle Fahim, man.
I got a small problem.
Yeah, go
a
on.
little
Tell us.
petty one.
Go
But you know
on.
when you go to pizza restaurants and they don't cut your pizza,
Yeah.
nor do they give you the facilities to cut it. So you just got a regular knife and fork. And
You
you
We
just
have
have
the
look at
facilities
it.
for that big
Don't
man.
have
Look at the pizza.
We don't have the facilities
Or
for
like
that
if
big
you
man.
order one and you're like, you were at the restaurant, you have the facilities
Yeah.
to cut this pizza. Now I'm having to try and bring
I
up a
wish-
chopping
I
board.
actually
I'm
wish
at
they'd stop-
home.
I actually wish they'd stop that. Cut the pizza, put it on the plate. I'm gonna eat it the same way. I just need it to be cut so I can eat it.
Yeah.
How else am I gonna? We're gonna fold it. Calzone it.
Even then,
Try
though,
that, it's actually quite nice.
Yeah,
Calzone's
but that's,
banging,
I don't
bro.
want to eat a pizza
Isn't
like
it?
that. I want to cut it with a knife and fork nicely. I'm new to knife and fork eating with pizza though. You know, I went.
you strike me as a knife and fork.
So I used
Pizza eating
right.
girl.
So obviously, when I was young, I used to work in the art. I was art curator, right? My first ever time, and my colleagues were a lot older than me. And they was like, "Let's go Pizza Express for lunch." Cool. The food came. I'm waxing off the pizza, and I just look up. These two are like this, and I thought, "Wow, I'm being ghetto." And I got the knife and fork, and since that day, I've never, unless I'm like, I never eat a pizza like just bare hand. I always knife and fork it. Do you guys not knife and fork your pizza?
No.
Never.
Yeah, if it's got toppings, yeah. If it's just cheese and tomato and I'm at home.
But if it's got toppings falling
yeah,
off the
I
sides,
like
gonna-
caramelised onion, like spinach on my pizza.
Thank you.
I
You
like
need a
goat
nice
The
cheese.
heavy
fork.
stuff, yeah.
and
chicken.
I like to dip my pizza in little sauce. as
Chili
well.
oil. Lovely.
You
Oh,
know,
well, with your knife and fork, no.
The Arab in me will bring my own onions in my little bag with my pita bread bag in the plastic bag.
Yeah, cold.
I
My dad
really
used to
hope
bring
you
chili
ain't doing
flakes,
that.
bruv, to restaurants.
Get your
Yeah,
own
little
seasoning.
green chilies. Just start matching it off.
Fair.
I've got a problem.
Let's
My
hear it.
problem is when you're out and about. I would say in general, but because I mainly smile at women, right? I smile at women a lot. I'll smile at people, and when they don't smile back, it kind of upsets me. I've got a problem with that. I don't know why people aren't smiling more.
Because we're in England, everyone's fucking miserable.
But that's why just a little serotonin, dopamine, just a little.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling to acknowledge people.
I smile at people all the time. I smile at people all the time, to be fair. But only if they look
Like they want to be smiled
happy. Yeah.
If they're angry, if they look angry, sometimes I'll smile just in case. It's like I'll tell like delivery drivers I love them because just in case I haven't heard it that day.
What,
That
you
would
I love
be-
you. You bought me my
Yeah,
food,
like
I love
delivery
you,
driver.
bro.
I don't know. Thank you, boss. Love you.
I
Just in case I haven't heard
I'd be
it.
Yeah, no.
concerned. I'd be
Well
like,
way.
you love me?
Yeah.
Et moi?
Love you.
Oh yeah, my missus told me something the other day about like saying hello to bus drivers genuinely makes their day.
Yeah.
And
I say thank you as well.
They do that in
Hello,
other
how are you,
cities. They don't
driver?
do that here though.
Yeah.
So we should
Only
do
in
it
other
here.
cities, yeah.
Yeah, but I just
I
feel
do.
like as a nation, as a London nation, we're actually just incredibly rude.
Yeah.
Like the manners are really low
We're so
here.
miserable,
Like
man.
so miserable.
Yeah. Kim, have you got a problem for us this week?
Yeah, I do. I've got an issue with tall people who push at concerts because at the end of the day, you can see from any fucking angle. Stand at the back. You don't need to stand right at the back because obviously that's out of order, but you don't need to be the front line. Or sometimes I'll be at a concert, living my life. I've got my view, I've got my space, and a tall man will just come and just go like literally
I hate when
right
people,
here.
I hate when people like push past you and then just stop and you're like,
No, but I start.
nah,
No, I ain't gonna lie. I start cussing. I say, "Are you going somewhere?" Because it could never be in front of me. Surely you're going over there to see somebody. Surely.
I tap with my nail as well on the shoulder. I
As you
tap with my
should.
nail and I go, excuse, they did this at Shoreditch House. We just seen Mahalia. Chill out.
No,
Just
it's
come
not
in-
right.
Excuse me, you're in the way.
I always say, "Excuse me, are you going over?" Because you can never be standing here in front
Yeah.
of me. Because I've got my viewing platform set up. But sometimes if people are pushing, trying to get past me, I just don't move. I stand 10 toes. I can
You
feel
got to block
them.
up any gaps
No.
so people might be trying to.
I can feel them. I'm thinking. I look back. I'm thinking. I ain't moving for you. Sorry.
Hello and welcome to Got a Problem podcast. Thank you very much, everyone. Whether you have a problem with current affairs, pop culture, your dad, your mom, your brother, your sister, your family members, doesn't matter who, then you have come to the right place. We are your hosts! Yay! My name is Amir. I'm also the host of Last Real Podcast. And
My name is Kimberly Cumberbatch, and I'm the host of Out of Office with Kim.
Oh, we're just clapping all day today.
Yeah, all day claps.
Hi, I'm Max. You probably know me for chatting about music online. But we're moving
So yeah,
swift
don't
today.
forget the clap.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Isra. Welcome to the podcast. I am an award-winning radio presenter, and we'll keep it stepping. Thank you so much. Love you. All
right, producer, what do you have for us today?
Okay, so first on the charts
Yes.
is separate living situation whilst married.
Fan
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
from the
big
go.
fan, big fan.
Right, Chloe and her partner
love her.
Stuart were both feeling stressed after the arrival of their second child earlier this year, but they've discovered an unconventional way to improve their relationship.
Oh yeah. Stuart has been sleeping in the garden in a tent. I'm here to explain more about the setup. Stuart, you can come out now.
Don't be
No, make sure
sorry.
your man's
Is he even in the tent?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that's what they were gonna
In a
say.
different bedroom, I get
Yeah.
it, but crazy. She said
Tent.
the actual
He
doghouse.
did look like he fancied a
enjoy
tent
it,
in the
yeah.
garden. He did look comfortable in the tent.
You never say anything shady,
It's
but
like-
the fact that you have,
that
it's
did look
so
like
funny.
a man that looks happy to sleep in
It's
the
your
tent.
real you coming out. It's only taken about 52 episodes.
Look how happy he is.
Oh,
Hello,
welcome.
Stuart. Welcome.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for
having us.
sharing this
Being good
story.
sport.
Yes.
So you had your second baby 10 weeks ago. Firstly,
Yes.
congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wonderful
Congratulations.
stuff.
Thank
How
you.
is it?
Oh, I'm tired.
Are you tired?
Yeah.
It's
chaos.
it's a hard thing.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be that tired.
Oh no, yeah, I'm very well rested.
Yeah.
But the second baby, you've got a toddler as
Yes,
well, right?
yeah.
So, Stuart, how did the idea to sleep in the garden come about? Because on paper, it doesn't look good for you.
No, I've just got out my tent on national TV. Damn it, it's odd. It was the having a toddler and a newborn. There was no sort of zero free time in the day,
Yeah.
and the only time I actually had any free time was when everybody was asleep, and so I wanted to try to fit something in to sort of help me, but without feeling any of the guilt of
Yeah.
not helping Chloe or doing anything with the boys.
Sure. Yeah.
So overnight makes sense. Quite
In the
like it.
garden,
We're all
so you're not
asleep.
too far.
I'm just as close to his bedroom as I would be if I was in the house.
It's stupid because he said, it's selfishly, I don't want to be away from, but you're sleeping in the garden. At least if you're sleeping on the sofa, you can hear if the baby cries and get up for it.
Yeah.
It just
Sleeping
sounds
in the
like to me-
garden.
The fact a newborn baby has brought this on is crazy.
It's quite questionable, really.
It just tells me that he just doesn't want to do any of the
10
work.
weeks, so he sleeps outside on the ground.
Yeah, he just
Are you a dog?
He just wants his wife to do all the work. All the
That's
baby
as-
work.
But as a concept of couples having different sleeping quarters, I am pro.
100.
I am so pro people having separate bedrooms. Number one, think about space, right? You need a little space. Have your own bedrooms. You can sleep over sometimes, whatever. But some nights you'll sleep alone. Think about people who read their book at night. People like me. I don't want you there. I don't want you there breathing. I want to read. What if you snore? What if someone's sick? Like, people need space at the end of the day. You're still a human being. My friend's husband, my friend's uncle and aunt, they've never lived together. They're married. They've got kids. They've 40 years. Have 2 different houses, and they're happy as Larry, living their
Why?
life.
Wow.
That's just their setup. That's just their thing. That's just their setup. If it was me, if I got married to someone, we would have separate bed. If I could afford it, we would have separate bedrooms. Absolute mente.
Would you sleep in them every single day?
Like most nights, yeah, we'd sleep together. But like those times you just want to be by yourself. Because listen, I like to sprawl out. I just like being on my own sometimes. I don't think I would enjoy sleeping next to someone every single night for the rest of my life. No, I wouldn't.
Also, you've got different routines. Like, say I'm working on a project, I've got to be up at 5 a.m. for 3 months. I don't want to disturb you. I
Yeah.
want you to enjoy your. I'll still.
Why am I
sleep
having
in
to
the-
creep?
There we go.
Yeah,
We're
it's
still in the
true.
same house, but and my bedroom will be the principal bedroom, but you can sleep in the spare bedroom in it. And then I agree with that. It's nice.
I think it works.
I'm
yeah.
someone that's like, I don't know. I like the comfort of being next to someone.
But you
He's a lover
still
boy,
can. You still can sleep together.
Yeah, I'm not like you're saying. Like, there's practicalities of it. I think would work. Also, I mean, no one can tell me these guys are unhappy. Look at them; they're beaming. So like, it's obviously working. For
Let me say
these
something
lot.
about him. He's loving it. That
He's
little tent out there,
loving
that's
that.
his dream come true. That
But the
tent.
way she's sitting, I don't feel like she has a problem with him in the tent. I feel like she likes it, but I feel like she don't like him too much. But hey, let's not go into that.
What do you think?
I
Not
mean,
necessarily about that.
In
The
general,
whole-
of
yeah,
sleeping
in
and-
general.
my grand and my nan do it, but I don't know how long they've been doing it for. But I mean, I kind of understand, like, if you want your own separate beds and whatnot,
Yeah.
fine. Because like, I do want some alone time sometimes.
That's what I'm saying.
But when you're
time.
sleeping,
We
to
should
me,
cap it
that's
at a
not
certain
enough.
point.
I'm
yeah.
also a light sleeper though as well. So like
yeah, fair.
anything, lots of things can just wake me up. So say I've got a big day tomorrow, I need to go.
Or like, say if someone's gone out, one of you's gone out that night. It's
And
like,
you're coming
cool,
in at
you're
6,
you're
7,
having that
yeah,
spare
it's
bed.
true.
But then there's also something quite nice about just knowing that they're in bed.
A lot
They
of
just
couples
come
sleep
home.
separately, and when I speak to couples like older, not people who are married, not just boyfriend and girlfriend, it's often because people snore, and I hear that.
Yeah, I understand that one.
hear it. Like
I
you go,
snore.
yeah,
I
see,
snore.
If it's bad, like if it's that bad where I can't sleep, then cool, we'll sort out.
that is a long day.
But that is kind of peak because that's every day then, pretty much.
Yeah, but
The
just what you
snoring's
do
there.
is you hang out in bed, he, hang out, and then when you're about to drop off, oh, see you later, go next door. Calm. That's calm. That's my dream come true, that.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the charts, we have the impact of diet trends.
The reason that we love buying dairy from the Amish is that they don't pasteurize their dairy. It's actually
I've been trying to pinpoint exactly why this video has been haunting me since I saw it, and I think I figured out why. I'm not trying to dogpile this girl. I don't know her. I don't know like her history or her health or whatever, but I feel like every social media app has a subsection of disordered eating trends and behaviors and just like diet culture in general. And this pseudoscience, like quite frankly, anti-science rhetoric that's been going on this app specifically for the last couple of years, I think is that trend for TikTok. Like we've gone from Tumblr ED pro Anna content where it's just like literal directions on how to have an eating disorder, thinspo pictures, just like very blatant in your face, to this like more masked, sneaky way to encourage people to have fucked up relationships with food, with their eating patterns, with like intermittent fasting. I struggled with anorexia that coincided with this Tumblr era. I struggled with orthorexia during the Instagram like fitness, like fuel your body, but pay attention to everything you eat, count your calories, and exercise twice a day era was happening. I'm like not blaming anyone in particular or these apps in particular for this behavior, but there is a line to be drawn.
It comes down to capitalism at the end of the day. The only reason why these trends are trends is because people want to make money from them. They don't give a fuck about your health. They don't give a fuck about your health. Because on a real, if we were actually like, the reason why we pasteurize milk is because you can get very sick from bacteria in cow's milk. That's why we do it. So, but I understand if you're doing, okay, you want to do this, Cool, if that's a lifestyle that you want to live. But realistically, a lot of these things are diet trends. People are always all screaming about, cortisol on TikTok now. They love it. Cortisol face, da, da, da. And there are things that you can learn, right? Don't have caffeine on an empty stomach. Make sure that you have something with it to like stabilize your hormones. Brilliant. But then selling these I don't know how many ads you get of those shitty greens, right? Yeah. If you want greens, go eat spinach, right? You should like big up Uncle Eddie. And the reason why I like Uncle Eddie is because he's actually saying, wake the fuck up and eat single ingredient foods, because that is the point. What you should be eating, the only diets you should be following are the actual seasonal produce that is available to the area in which you live at any time. Stop relying on imports. Try and eat single, and you can do that. I think that we need to be a bit more discerning when we see something on the phone. Just because somebody says something on a phone and we've understood that as media or information, actually think in your brain and think, is what this person's saying worth me taking in or not? Like, that's what I think. Like,
I feel like we were talking about, I don't know what we were talking about, but a few weeks ago, we were talking about critical thinking, and like a lot of people take what pops up on TikTok in 1 minute of your life as gospel and will change your life, but actually use your brain, actually think what's good for me. And especially with food, I feel like it's like the way my body reacts to food. Like you're allergic to a lot of stuff. You're intolerant to stuff. Like it's got to work for you.
Yeah,
like,
different foods
just because someone said it doesn't.
But
mean
I do think also there is a real lack of education surrounding food, like when you're growing up and stuff. Obviously we learn like the food pyramid, cool, you should have 5 a day, but all these other stuff we don't really learn, and people are seeing it for the first time on TikTok about cortisol and people doing intermittent fasting and all this stuff, and they're just taking it and they're just running with it. For me, the only reason why I know about food and stuff is because I had to learn, because my body was shutting down left, right and center. A normal everyday person, they don't have to. So the first time they see a TikTok that's like, are you bloated? Drink this smoothie, and it goes away. They're like, yeah, sick. But it's a lack of knowledge, though, I think. And people learn from the internet now. That's just what it is. And then TikTok shop. TikTok shop. That is what's really killing our people, because people are buying nutrients and all this stuff from a TikTok that someone's been paid to do, by the way, to say, hey, my hair was falling out, but guess what? I ate this gummy bear and now my hair is back. And now people are like, yeah, I'm going to buy that.
I report them all. I report all of them. I report.
No, because it's dangerous.
Piss off.
No, piss off.
I've seen the one that's going viral right now. The powdered vitamin.
Yeah, the green one.
Yes, that's the one.
The green
one. That one's getting out of hand.
No, that's out of hand. That's out of hand. And all of the people doing are like, I used to have migraines every Monday. I drank this and now it's gone. And everyone's like, yeah, but it's a lack of education. I feel like when people start saying, literally what you said, the reason why you have a headache is because you had caffeine on an empty stomach. They just kind of run with it. They don't do the further research that, everyone's body's different. Everybody needs different things, So I just think with a lot of things, people aren't educated from a young age, so then when they get older, they just see one person say something and it's got a link in bio.
Loosely relates to them,
Yeah, and they're like, that is me. I'm going to not eat for 12 hours. I'm not going to eat until 7 p.m. at night. That doesn't make sense, by the way, guys. Intermittent fasting to me is something that's super scary, which is a big trend. That one there, I don't like that one at all. I don't like that one.
Intermittent fasting?
People are eating from 4 to 8 only for the whole day.
No, allow it.
For the whole day. Your head's hurting. It's not right.
Intuitive eating, I think, is what should be taught. Like, work with your body, understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hunger signals, that kind of thing. Like, growing up in that Tumblr era of pro-Anna, pro-bulimia. Like, I remember, and this is a trigger warning, so if you were affected by this, they used to tell you to wear a hairband on your wrist, yeah? Madam, I don't know if this ever reached you, but I don't know if, like, on what side, but they used to tell you to ping, if ever you got hungry, you ping a hairband on your wrist, so you focus on that pain as opposed to, the hunger pain.
Yeah.
Do you know how mad that is? And this stuff was easily accessible to 13-year-old me on Tumblr, just scrolling through. Like, it's mad. And, of course, algorithm will pick up other things, right?
And start adding more stuff.
Yeah, you're adding more stuff. Like, so this is like, what this babe is I think we're like similar age groups. It's been fucking up women for years.
For fucking years. And I think as well, you only learn about healthy eating and stuff sometimes when you're forced to, because something's happened. Do you know what I mean? Something is going on in your life and you actually have to. Whereas the everyday average person just kind of cracks on and eats whatever the fuck they want and whatever. So then when they see these stupid things online, oh my God, they've had an epiphany.
All right, next on the charts, we've got neurodiversity.
Sam Thompson is here. So lovely to see you. And you did win our hearts in I'm a Celebrity. We absolutely loved it. And do you maybe put that to the fact that you did have ADHD, and did that help you?
Do you know what? I've done a lot of things recently, a lot of videos where I say ADHD is like a superpower, and I genuinely do believe that throughout my life it has helped me gain a lot. And there's a lot of negative stigma around ADHD, which I just want to change.
Yeah.
I want to be like, no, there's so many positives there as well, and I genuinely do believe in the jungle when I was out there, you know what it's like, you have the energy and you want to speak to people and it gets real boring in there, so you've got to do something. So I would attribute some of it to it, yeah.
But I love your enthusiasm. I love how excitable you get. I love the fact that you hug longer than normal.
I'm
you know what I mean?
I love a lingering hug. Didn't I just say this?
I love that.
John knows.
When you first went there, you gave, I can't remember who you gave the first hug to when you went into I'm a Celebrity. But I absolutely love the fact that they were a little bit awkward. They felt they were like, oh gosh,
and it's
what's going on here?
Back to tell them to get off.
It's so genuine as well. I think that's what people love about you. It's like this infectious enthusiasm. I remember when you first came out, I wrote you a little note, and I was just
the
like,
nicest thing ever, by the way.
oh, that's a pleasure. And I just think it's so lovely to see someone who's genuinely lovely doing well. How was your ADHD in terms of your education when you were younger?
It was a struggle, mate. I'm not going to lie. It was bad, actually. And I remember I once cried into my textbooks at school. I'll never forget that. I basically was trying to revise. I tried to be a good student, and I would sit in my little room, and I'd open my book and be like, here we go, this is it, you're going to do it. And I'd read these things, and none of it would go in. I was just reading words.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand how everyone else can do this and actually understand what's happening here. And I would get distracted by everything. I'd get distracted by the words themselves.
Yeah.
And my mum would completely be wandering all over the place. I remember just being like, I'm never going to be able to understand or revise for anything.
I think it's getting a lot better. It's getting a lot better. Like, if you used to say, like, growing up, if you used to say, oh, they're on the spectrum, you'd be cussing someone out. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas I feel like there's a lot more tolerance to it. A lot of people do, like, you can benefit from, I guess, if you've got ADHD now and you've got like an official report, there are ways in which you can like be benefited. For example, like your employer like might be forced to like change their like start times for you to accommodate all these kind of things. But then the waiting list is really long. But I don't really. Does anyone like take it as a thing? If anyone's got like ADHD or autism or like Asperger's or something, like I think it's
becoming like more prominent now. Like
right?
I don't.
I feel like people are finding out. Like, some
Yeah,
people are genuinely
yeah.
watching. Like, funny, we're just talking about TikTok and not believing, but some people are watching TikTok and being like,
It's become hella
"Hang on, this
saturated
is
there as
actually
well, yeah.
very true how they're explaining things." And then people are almost self-diagnosing, or they might actually get the diagnosis. But I think it's helping us. Like today, I feel like we've got a much better understanding of ourselves, and because we know we're all different and we all think slightly differently, that no one feels. I don't know, but I don't feel like people feel or treat people any different.
So I think people definitely still do, but I think neurodiversities and disabilities are becoming less stigmatized, and people we have the language to have the conversations, number one, and people are taking it more seriously now. But I still think growing up, like ADHD, for example, was heavily stigmatized and linked to boys. Naughty boys had ADHD, and it was such a negative thing. So this is quite good. The way he's talking about it, this is why representation matters, right? He's someone with ADHD and said, this is my life, it's made me who I am, and it's really amazing. But then on the other side, there are still people who struggle with it so much because the world is not set up necessarily for these people. And that's why they look at the social model of disability, where it's like, people aren't disabled, the world makes them disabled. So when he was explaining what ADHD in school, we're taught there's one way to go to school, you pick up the textbook, you do the exams. Not everyone's brain's working that way. So it's getting better now where you can do different things. And for example, when you apply for a job, maybe you can present a video instead of like a written thing, because it doesn't work for everybody. But I still think we've got a long way to go. And obviously with the waiting list for anything, to be honest, but ADHD specifically, it's long and it shows up differently, specifically in black women and stuff. There's still a lot for us to do, but I think the way he talks about it is really nice, and I really hope that people who've got ADHD who may feel bad about it, they might watch that and think, do you know what? Yeah, fucking hell, ADHD is my superpower. But there's still some idiots in the world, obviously, who are like, fuck everyone. So, but yeah, I think it's a positive thing. I think we've come a long way. Definitely.
Next on the charts, we have higher education. I don't know if anybody saw this back in 2023. Rishi Sunak wanted to force universities to limit the number of students taking low-value degrees in England, a measure which is most likely to hit working class, black and Asian minority ethnic applicants. So courses will be capped that do not have a high proportion of graduates getting a professional job or going into postgraduate study or starting a business.
So by low value degrees, I'm presuming you mean most things that aren't vocational, right? So
like what, the arts?
Yeah.
But just to like back some of this up, according to a YouGov study, only 4% of Britons think that a university degree is best for preparing young people for the working world. We found that 71% of our community felt that university still holds societal significance.
There's a lot of fields where having a degree is actually not that relevant. It's about transferable skills. Also, when I feel like at the age when I went to uni, when I first went into the world of work, it didn't matter what your degree was in. You just need to have one, which is actual nonsense.
Yeah,
by
that's
the way.
what I realised.
That's actually so stupid.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what my degree could be in hamster testing, and then I've got a job in marketing. You just need a degree, which is I just think it's bullshit. But I feel like our generation, we're really pressured to go to university, also because it was more accessible than I suppose before. But it was like, go to university, get a degree, and then you get a job. But when I think about all of my friends, like most of us, our jobs are not in our degrees. Like, I'd say most of us, some people just fall into things. Or the decision you made when you were 17 to go study something is not the decision you want when you're an older. Yeah. You might have decided, I'm going to go and study English literature, and then you get older and think, actually, I want to be a bike rider. That's not a full job. Maybe it is, but do you know what I mean?
Did all you guys go uni? Did everyone?
Yeah, I went uni. Did you? Yeah. What did everyone study?
I studied, this article is actually targeted towards me. I studied film and visual arts.
Nice.
But
me as
that's
well.
Your job. That's your
but
job.
It is. But I feel like I don't think it's complete bullshit. I feel like it all depends on what you want to do. I feel like I benefited more from doing work experience whilst at uni that's related to my role than actually my degree itself.
Yeah.
So it's harder to get into the arts in a way.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's like you kind of have to also take responsibility on you getting there in a way, rather than just relying on your degree to get there.
Mm-hmm. I studied anthropology, and because I wanted to be a curator, and that helped me get into the museum world. But when I was there, it still felt like I could have come with a maths degree and just because a lot of stuff is learning when you're there, learning on whatever's happening, learning on the job. So I don't know. What did you study?
I did economics.
And where did you go with that?
Content creation. I mean, like.
Straight away though,
straight away I did some work for like charities within economics, but it was social media, so it did work out in that sense. But like I didn't need the degree; just I met the person through the degree, which is how I got that. So it's kind of like that. I mean, in terms of the actual education, I was good at it and interested in it, and I tutor it now to younger people. But like in terms of getting into the big workforce, I mean, it could have set me up with some big jobs, but that wasn't for me. And I don't think university properly educated on me, like gave me an opportunity to find where I would fit in the workforce. I kind of,
fair.
Okay, but university, for me, the main takeaway was the life lessons and like the experiences I went through at university made me the person I am today, which makes me probably more outspoken, which has set me up to do content creation.
I remember
camera, so it's like odd how it works.
Yeah.
I remember at my uni there were like 400 students in my year studying law, and I heard that only 4 of them become lawyers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Only 4.
That's also super hard because it's such a fucking hard degree. A lot of people don't even finish it.
They spend so much money,
so much bread.
And it's a lot of the time that you end up doing things and you realize, what the fuck am I really doing this for, right? You get sold a dream. Like, some people might have been like, oh, I want to be a lawyer to help people. You get there, you realize that the criminal justice system is fucked either way.
Yep.
What I'm going to do isn't going to help. I studied politics and French. I then ended up becoming an investment banker, which to be fair, actually, a lot of people were doing economics, maths. But for example, you couldn't get into being an investment banker if you had a creative degree. You weren't going to get in. They will filter because they will go Oxbridge, they'll go Russell Group, and then they'll filter through econ and maths. and then they'll get to the politics lot and da 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 da. So my degree, nothing to do with what I do now. The first job I had, nothing to do now, but I hated uni in terms of learning, but I absolutely agree with it in terms of like the next phase in your life. I think it's good. I think 18-year-old me got flung into like the world, don't know what would have happened. I'll be honest with you.
It eases you into adulthood.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's a smaller it's a contained universe. You end up having to make friends. So I had a couple friends on my course, cool, but then you end up going to societies. You end up having to like socialize, money management. You have student finance filter through. So I guess for me, it was a tester of how to like function, I guess, as an independent adult, right? Without having to, I grew up with loads of responsibilities with family. So it was the first time I'm living out where I don't have to do the dishes for everyone. I can only do my
amazing.
Dishes. Do you know what I mean?
That's one of the best parts about it. Only my chores. Do
you know what I mean? I don't have to cook.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we ain't eating, babe.
I'll starve tonight and it's fine.
Yeah, and it's fine. So I think it's good. I like the way that America does it, where you go to college and then you major and you minor and you can pick, and then you can actually graduate with an unclassified major. Yeah. But then, of course, if you want to be a doctor, you've got to go back and do 4 years. If you want to be a lawyer, you've got to go back again, which their fees are all the way up. So I like uni, man. I think uni is good, but
it's a good social experience, a good way to experience life. But I don't know. It depends what you really want to do.
I just don't think it's necessary.
It's not necessary to get a job. I don't.
Yeah,
think.
it's not. Yeah. Because I've got friends who didn't go to uni.
It depends on what you really want to do.
Yeah.
Don't just go there for the sake of.
But I don't know, because like, as we were saying, I went and studied anthropology because I thought I want to work in a museum. I want to change what's on the wall. I got there. The institutional racism nearly killed me, and I said, I need to get out of this space and go into a new one.
I hear it.
And the thing is with university, it's like you're so young, making such a big decision. Like it's like a big decision at that age. I do think there should be. I don't know. Sometimes I think uni should be a bit later. So I do think that. But I hear what you're saying with that, the independence and like looking after yourself. But in saying that, there's people who I lived with who couldn't look after themselves to save their lives.
Personally, I will force my children to take a gap year. Like, none of my kids are going to uni at 18. I don't care.
Yeah, 18 is such a young age as well.
Go on holiday for 6 months. Go work somewhere for 6 months. And live.
Be someone,
innit? Go feel some shit and then come back and tell me what you want to do.
Feel some shit.
Yeah.
How can you be 17 but like, do you know what? This is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And it's 3 years. 3 whole years. Obviously, you can drop out and do whatever, but I just think it's too young. You go from secondary school, sixth form, college, whatever you do, and then boom. It's kind of like boom. Whatever decision you make here could shape the rest of your entire life. Yeah. You're too young to.
It's a big decision.
I just think you're too young. Even like when I was choosing degrees, I was.
Even when I was choosing A levels, I couldn't pick 3 subjects.
Of course you couldn't, because you've been doing 12 for the last 16 years. Yeah, and I really struggled to pick 3.
Your
and then
brain is still developing, bro. Like it's still developing.
My brain is developing today, right now. I'm not even joking. I don't even know what's going on.
I think they should have like vocational careers and then just have like open degrees in it where people can actually just choose the modules that they want to choose. I think that would be a good way. Do you know what I mean? Because then you learn how to learn and critical reasoning, how to write an essay. Lots of people don't know how to write an essay. Lots of people don't know how to write an email.
And having to bang essays was crazy.
Because also, it's not like A levels where you learnt the mark scheme, you learnt the structure. You're like, okay, I just need to. They give you nothing. I remember
you heard how it is now.
How do you get marks? And he's like,
you heard how it is now.
You can either do this, you could either do that.
They're using ChatGPT now to write essays for them. And now, and I heard as well now, lecturers are inviting students into the office to explain the essay for them.
Good.
And asking them, how did you come up with this essay?
Yeah, well, I'll be fucked. Because I would have ChatGPT'd everything.
But you know what? What we're saying
knowing
is
me, all that
also
stress in the library.
It is too much of a jump to adulthood, I think, as well. Like, think about how independent you suddenly are. Like, even in terms of like going to your lectures, like, you know, before school is Monday to Friday, and then even sixth form is like kind of the same.
You don't even know where you're going. What time.
Uni, it's up to you if you want to go to that lecture. And let me tell you something. You see them 9 a.m.s? Yeah, I won't get up. Be so real. Some of the time I just won't get up because who's gonna beat me? No one. My mum's not here. And as we said, if I don't want to eat, I ain't eating. If I don't want to wash up, I would, because I'm not a tramp. But if I didn't want to, I think it is too much of a jump to independence. You have to do everything yourself. Manage your finances. You've gone from managing pocket money to managing 3K, 2K each quarter, each semester.
Yeah, that's a big point.
There should be an in between.
Some people go broke in that first week.
People get their first loan and they spend it on clothes, shoes, bag, crisp, chicken nuggets.
Do you remember that Canada Goose spike every October? Yeah, as soon as the SFC land, everyone's in.
It was a
Canada
pandemic,
Goose.
man.
It was great. Like there should be an in between. There should be an in between.
Gap year.
Yeah,
Gap year, man.
Defo.
Like that's my rule. Is my youths have to have a gap year.
And do something, be somebody.
Even if you're begging for uni, bruv, I'm giving you a holiday.
100. I agree with that. They should introduce that.
If you could go back and do it again, would you?
Yeah.
I'd go back and light the place up.
I'd do it again because I had the worst uni experience you could ever think of. Number one, I went to all of my friends went up north. I was in the south, so that was the first problem. I had no support.
Where were you?
I was in Bournemouth, right? Okay. I stopped drinking the year I went to uni. So freshers, I didn't make no friends. Freshers, I didn't drink. So that was just like a whole thing. I always got dumped. That really caused some problems. I just had a shit time. I would have went somewhere closer to other people. It doesn't need to be the same uni, but nobody was in the south. I would have done that. I would have studied the same degree 100%. Anthropology is my life. I love humans. I love people. But there are just some things I would have done differently. And I think maybe I would have been more proactive in making the friends. I just thought, because I don't drink alcohol, I'm not going to force myself to go to the club. But maybe I should have. And maybe I would have made more friends and had a better experience. But sometimes people talk about uni and they say like it was the best years of my life. I met like my loves there, blah, blah, blah. And I just don't have that. I just got my friends from home. And that was just how, and I commuted last year, the final year. I didn't even live there because I fucking hated it. But yeah.
Interesting.
So I would do it again if I could, yeah. Would you?
I would definitely do it again. It's weird, like I had the best times and the worst times at uni.
Fair.
And like, not that it was my fault, but like, yeah, I had some really dark moments at uni where I hated it, and then I also had the times of my life there, and like made some good friends, good memories. But it's funny, like I really, just throughout school as well, I always pushed myself to try and get the best I could grade-wise, academically, and I struggled at uni that sense, but I did it. And I'm starting to think like, did I need to put that? Did I need to stress myself that much? Like, that was a lot. Like when people write their dissertations, I've never seen people so stressed in their life.
Brother,
like, we're sleeping in the library, man. I used to take a blanket.
Years later,
I was shivering the day after.
That level of stress, like
bagging 3 coffees. I remember, like in the morning.
That's where most people started drinking coffee, was because of same here.
That's
like
very true.
I started drinking coffee.
I collapsed mid-disso season. I remember.
Should a paper that you have to write really put a 19, 20-year-old through that level of stress? That's crazy.
It's where a lot of people
I wish I could tell.
It's where a lot of people got substance abuse started in uni. From the pressures and also the culture
drugs
though.
Get normalized
the
a lot.
Uni culture is like very like literally like this. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go read Twilight or whatever. I'm gonna go watch Bob's Burgers and Game of Thrones in my room, and everyone's like,
I think my thing as well with uni is I moved from a small town and I moved to like central London. My uni was central London, innit? So going from like, and I used to wear a hijab as well when I first went to uni, yeah? Little Muslim girl, hijab on, like bopping around London on my own. I was terrified. I would never do it again. I would never do uni again. The lessons that I learned, they weren't that great. Like,
I know, I hear it.
I would never do it again.
I'll do it for the social experience again.
I'll take you out, my guy. You don't need to go back to uni for that.
As in, like, you enjoyed the social experience or to get a better one?
I enjoyed the social experience because I did 1 year abroad as well.
Okay.
I studied 1 year in Netherlands as well.
Oh,
so
that's fun.
Where'd you stay, Rotterdam?
It was a place called Groningen.
Okay.
I stayed there for a year. That was amazing. That's the end of 3, 2, 1. That's the end of this week's charts. Shall we play Get It or Got a Problem?
Yeah, why not?
Why are you laughing?
3, 2, 1.
It's there. Sorry.
He's goated.
Splitting the bill. Do you get it? Do you have a problem with it?
Producer, can you fill in the blanks?
Yeah.
Who am I splitting this bill with?
There is no context. You know how this goes.
I'm splitting that bill. You got a problem? What's your problem?
I'm not splitting the bill, man. If I'm on a date, I'm not splitting the bill.
What if it's a friend? You're going
a brethren.
Yeah,
but it's my brethren.
You're talking about in the date context.
No, in dating.
Yeah.
But also,
if you're going for lunch for your friend, would you split the bill?
If they want to split the bill, otherwise, usually me and my brethren are fighting over who's gonna pay it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's either I'm with my brethren and we're doing our thing, or if I'm out on a date, there's no way in hell I'm reaching for it. I
will say, in regards to date, got a problem, and I think it's irrespective of gender. If you ask somebody out on a date, you should pay. You've asked them, and that's just what I think. That's what I think for dating. It doesn't matter what your gender, boy, girl. If you ask to take someone out, you should pay because you asked to take them out. When it comes to bedrooms or whatever, split the bill, don't split the bill. Who gives a rat's ass? But in dating, if you're going to ask somebody out, open your coin purse because you asked them there.
How about in a relationship?
No, that's different. When the relationship is cooked, we love each other so deeply, we've been together for so long. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes I'll pay, sometimes you'll pay, sometimes we'll split, whatever. But I'm talking about original dates, the OG dates. You've asked me, you are paying. You asked me. Okay? Let me tell you that. Other way, if I asked you on a date tonight, I know in my mind, I'm going to plan the date and I'm going to pay for it because I asked you here. Done.
You pay for everything. Like, say if it's like, we're going to do this, then we're going to go.
I've asked you here. Why would you, if you ask somebody somewhere, if you ask someone that you fancy out, right? Why would they pay? You've asked them. So my thing is, if it's too expensive, then you should just do one part.
No, but okay.
Tell me, just explain your, because
so
you
like,
are
say if I've
feeling
taken
it.
someone, say I'm like, oh, let's go play mini golf.
Yeah, first.
And I pay for the mini golf.
Yeah.
And then from there, we're like, should we get some food?
You should still be paying.
Why am I paying
It's
for
your
that?
date.
I'm
It's
paying
your
for the
date.
mini golf.
Why are you suggesting to eat?
No, we're suggesting. If you
Why are
suggest
you-
to eat, or we suggest,
I
shall we get
just-
food after. But that wasn't part of the plan.
I've just said
We're just having
I've
such a
said
good
it
time.
very clear. If you ask someone out, you want to take their time, you should pay. And then if the next time they want to say it's my date. When it's your date, you pay. That's it. That's how I feel it is. When you're in a relationship, it's a different game. You've been together for so long. Everyone's money is everyone's money. You pay sometimes, I'll pay sometimes. Sometimes we'll split it, whatever. Sometimes it's a treat. Sometimes you might say to your babes, you've had a long week, come, I'm going to take you to dinner. And you would pay. Do you know what I mean? But if you ask someone out for the first time, it's actually manners. It's actually manners. You must pay. Soz. Because
also, what if you're running up a bill?
I don't
What if you're
make
getting
the
a steak?
rules. You shouldn't invite me out if you don't have enough money. That's what I'll say.
Wow.
That's what I'll say. Because
It's
I see
2024.
I see man them saying stuff like that all the time.
It's
Like
2024.
I invited a girl out and she ordered 3 drinks. Why are you
Yeah, but
budgeting?
But people have to budget. It's 2024.
Of
Things are
course,
expensive.
but if you can't afford to take someone out, why have you asked them? If that's the case, then let's go park.
Yeah. But it's also
let's
one of these-
picnic.
It's also one of these things where if a guy, like I've seen it with guys where they feel jaded because they've taken bare girls out, and every
I've
time
seen
they've
that.
not scored, then let your quality control be better and only take the people out that are fucking with you back. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I get it with Mandem, a lot of girls will expect you to because I'm straight, right, and I've only been in the straight dating world, so I can't speak on anyone else's experience. But when it comes to men and girls, like, don't just cast your net out expecting who's gonna come back. I only go on dates with people if I really like it, if I fancy you bare. Otherwise, I'm not leaving my house. I'm doing my thing, and I fed myself, I clothed myself, but I'm taking time out of my day, which I could have been making money for myself. I could have been to give you my time. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is if you're just dashwaying any girl that you like, you're like, hey, come, let's go and do a. That's the issue. Man, them need better quality.
But why not just go somewhere that's within your means? Like,
I'm
just
fair for that.
go cinema at Nando's then, or whatever. Or let's go for a walk and a coffee. That's £4. Do you know what I mean? Fine, but like, I don't like the idea if someone's like, let's go on a date. They try to take them to the Shard, whatever, and then they're complaining about the bill. You chose the location.
Yeah, no, I hear
like, go date within your means. Like, girls are not against picnic. I like a picnic, man. Picnic is nice. With a little biscuit, little sandwich. That's nice.
Custard cream.
Yeah, custard cream. What do you think? You're very quiet and silent.
I was just waiting for you lot to finish.
Oh, we're done. Go on.
Come on, man. Let the Arab man
Mine's
talk
not
about
really about.
yeah.
Mine's not really about relationships. Yeah. But mine was when when you're going out with a man, though.
Yeah. No.
Let's just say, doesn't matter who, friends. Let's just say 6 people. I've ordered a meal, 1 meal and 1 drink. But the rest of the man, when they order like sides and stuff and whatnot, and then at the end of the bill they go and they all
Should
say,
we just split it 6 ways? Or
let's
whatever,
just all split 6 ways. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Did I get a side?
I hate that. I hate that.
Did I get
my
a
friends
side?
do this as well.
And on top of that is service charge on top of that as well.
Yeah, we know.
And it's like you're running up the service charge back.
Did I
and
order
then-
a side? Did I order 2 drinks? I ordered 1 drink and a fucking meal, you piece of shit.
But you should learn better. You should order bare as well.
No, because you still have to
do you know
pay
what
for
it
No,
is?
because somehow when I do order bear, everyone's like, no, everyone pays for themselves.
Yeah.
So the one time I don't do it,
No,
all of a
I
sudden
had that.
it's all split
I got a
six
little
ways.
£10 thing. You got the steak and you want to split it. No.
Yeah. But I think that's fair. You see, with me and my bedrooms, because I don't drink, what they'll always do is they'll take the drinks off and then split the food.
Yeah.
But that's just because I don't drink. So that's an exception. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. But what we do with split the bill is like, if people have had similar, like everyone's had a starter,
Yeah,
everyone's had a
if you've had
main,
the same
we'll
kind of
split it.
thing.
But if it's a case of one person had starter,
I don't like when
someone
the
had 3
person that had the
courses,
most isn't considerate of the people that have the
Yeah,
least.
nah. Be
That's
serious.
greedy, man.
No, but be serious and be
How
compassionate.
greedy.
How greedy.
Yuck!
Yuck! Oh, how greedy!
Is that still the first bowl, yeah?
Eating 3 meals a day.
What's wrong with that?
I think you should eat as many meals or as least meals as you like, whatever your body agrees
you're
with.
saying that, so there shouldn't be like any set like timings on how many.
Yeah, I think I think eat when you're hungry, man. That's what I think. Because some days I'll be eating 12 meals, some days I'll be eating 3.
Just eat when I want to eat.
There we go.
I ain't got a problem with eating 3 times a day because that works for me.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, like,
sometimes
if you
I
want to
eat twice,
times a day,
sometimes I eat
25.
5
If you
times.
want to eat 25,
45.
Influencer trips.
But what's the influencer trip where like they take influencers abroad somewhere for like a marketing promo
I
thing?
love them. I love you guys. I love you guys. Bermuda, what a beautiful island. I love you guys.
I ain't got beef with it.
I'm just waiting to get sent on one.
There was that stupid one where they were all lining them up in private jet while people were going through like economic hardship. Then yeah, man, I hear it. If you're doing a bit of a
Really and truly, I don't see how brands benefit that much from it other than creators just
I think they do though.
Well, you have to think like they just send them off.
Get them to make their content.
They're probably making the content for free because the payment is the holiday.
I'll take that.
I have heard horror stories.
Yeah, same.
Horror stories.
Same.
From what side? Creators or brands?
Creators
People
and
having
brands.
horrible times.
Both.
I've heard both.
I'm not going to mention. I actually don't know even the name of the company, but basically this brand took out people, got influencers abroad, and they all share this house. This was batch number 1 of influencers. They left. Batch number 2 came the week after. Then batch number 3. When batch number 4 arrived, they realized the house was torn apart.
Yeah. Really?
No cleaners, nothing.
Yeah, I've heard of press trips where like the brand aren't paying for the hotel, and then the influencers are being asked, "We're going to need to charge your card with this room," or like you need to give us madness.
Yeah,
madness.
Even like security's at the house as well. They're like, "We never got told that you were going to come here."
Yeah, crazy.
When did this happen? But we love influencer trips.
Fly me out today. My passport is here. His isn't. So
Mine is on the way. I have a Tiffany blue.
This one says, ghosting. Listen here, you ghosting. Listen here, you absolute pussy. Speak up. Tell people why I don't want to speak to them. That is called avoidance.
I've also got a problem with ghosting.
Yeah, ghosting is nasty, man.
It's just like speak up. If you don't feel it, you're not feeling it. Like.
Unless something serious diabolical has happened and they won't like leave you alone, then you can ghost them. And they're like say you've given the message, they keep messaging you.
Right, yeah.
Then you
fair.
can then
you've
it's
not even ghosting, you've signed out.
Then that's fine. But I do think we've got into a very sticky, weird time. It's because of dating apps as well. People don't care about
if the
people.
majority of interaction is online.
People don't care about people anymore. Yeah. So they'll just stop you chatting, and then one day they think, fuck, I don't care about you anymore, and then just ghosting. And I think when you really break down ghosting is so mean. Ghosting is actually really, really mean. Like, it's just very unnecessary. You can just say to someone, we don't vibe, whatever. See you later.
They pre your content as well.
Especially if it's like you've been dating for months, you've been seeing each other bare, and then one day you just died. That's out of order. Just say I don't like you anymore, your bum is not nice, and then move on.
Of course I'm hurt.
I think if you've been on one date, I don't think you need to be going in on why you shouldn't be with the person. I feel
you can keep it light, yeah.
I think
Still owe them a
spark wasn't there.
It's calm. You don't need to, because I've seen some people, they've been on one date and the person is sending them a paragraph about why they're not coming back. Like that's way too much. I think
you're better off ghosting, bro.
You're gonna cause some damage there. Yeah.
No, because that's weird. Yeah, but I do think
you.
If you've been seeing someone for enough time, you've been speaking every day, whatever. That's no. You're taking the fucking piss. That's out of order. Respect people enough to say, I'm doing this. You can lie if you want to. You can really make things up and say you're going through something right now. Just say something, and so everyone knows where they're at.
Does anyone want to admit to ever be ghosted, or have you accidentally ghosted someone? Because I did that recently, but I just didn't clock that. I didn't reply in it. My brain's on a billion on one.
That. You know when you accidentally open a message and you like, I'll check that later, and you don't.
Sorry, babes.
Yeah,
it does happen. To be fair, we are.
But I'd say you have to double message me before I've ghosted you.
Yeah, 100.
Because I do be accidentally opening messages and be like, oops, I ain't got time to read this yet.
I don't think I've ghosted anyone since I've been out. I've been out for time in the last couple of years. But I definitely would have. Definitely would have. But now I'm at a point where I think it's not a bad thing to say to someone, this just ain't it. and just keep pushing.
Not for me, yeah.
But otherwise, you get the other side where people just keep messaging you constantly, and you're not feeling it, and you might as well put everyone out of their fucking misery and just say the vibe is not vibing, babe.
3, 2, 1. Now it's time for audience problems. Whoa, that's a whole dissertation right there. My friend recently got out of a relationship, and their partner messaged me to warn me about them. Their ex disclosed some of my friend's questionable behavior during the relationship and mentioned that the other exes have had similar experiences. I have known my friend for over 5 years, and whilst I clock she seems to attract drama in a relationship and dating life, I never thought that she could be the problem, as I have only known or experienced her as a positive, slightly chaotic friend. I haven't mentioned this to my friend yet, as I don't know what to believe. I don't want to be associated with a problematic behavior, but there are two sides to every story. What should I do?
Personally, and obviously we're all making assumptions here of what this person has done. Based on the information given, I think you need to be talking to your friend 100%. Number one, when people say, like, they're saying very questionable, saying words like that, right? There's no smoke without fire in many situations. But if that was me, I would 100% be telling my friend, this is what's been said. Is there truth to it? What's the situation? Because the thing is, like, what I always say for a lot of people, you know them in the capacity of a friend. You don't know them in the capacity of a relationship. And sometimes people act different to how they are with you as a bedroom. So I would be speaking to my friend closely and saying, your ex just messaged me saying all this stuff happened. What's the situation? But it depends on the level of whatever the situation is. Do you know what I mean? Because if it was a case like he's messaged and said, your best friend lies bare.
Yeah, it's odd. Like, what should I do? Like, what do you do? Your friend's been doing a madness in their relationships to the point where the ex has said to you to warn you about your friend. I mean, I guess it's good you know, and maybe your friend hasn't confronted the reason why they've been doing a madness in their last few relationships. And so maybe it's on you to be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this in all your relationships, whatever? But at the same time, do you have to do that? Is that on your friend to figure it out?
But this person is also saying they're not even sure if they don't know what to believe. They don't know who to believe. So,
because, like, say if you cheated in your relationship and then you lied to your friend saying you didn't do that, what's the point in lying to your friend? Like, if the relationship's done.
Yeah, period.
Like, also, like, things are not finite. Just because your friend said something that might be true doesn't mean what her ex said isn't true either. They could also be both true. Like, do you see what I'm saying? There are two sides to every story, but each side actually might be right in some capacity. But I think that's mad if your friend's I'm just thinking, if a friend's ex messaged me to tell me about my brethren, that's hella specific, you know. I'm guessing he's a guy. Man don't really do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean?
It depends on, what is he saying she's done? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. If it's something like she said she cheated on me, like whatever. If it's something dark, I will be addressing my friend and saying, what is going on? And why is Harry saying this about you? What's the situation?
Yeah.
And then you can decipher what you do moving forward.
But I also think a big indicator with a person is how they treat their loved ones, right? So how they treat their family or parents or whoever they have in that capacity, their brethrens, and then also their partner. If you keep doing them, like I said, we said this, is it this episode or 2 weeks ago? That if you are doing a madness with your partner, me as a friend, you can fucking leave me for dead. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, and that's because that's the person that you lay down with. That's the person that you say, I love you. You want to be sharing a life together. So, yeah, any of my friends that have done a madness with partners or whatever, you have to just go, hold on a sec. Like, I would factor that into your whatever you decide to do.
She kind of still sounds a little bit hurt as well, especially when you start warning them. But I don't know, but like what you said as well, they're two different people. Like, you'll treat your partner differently to how you treat your friends.
That's a key one, because I don't think, like, for a lot of people, like, they might cheat on their partner, but it doesn't mean that they'll be a bad friend to you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They're just obviously just,
honestly,
they just don't, they might not just value romantic relationships in the same way they value platonic ones. But I think in this one, what do you guys think? Like, do you not think she's just chat to her friend and say, this what's been said, what's going on?
I'd even...
What else can you do?
Yeah, I don't really know. I'd maybe be like, what happened in your last relationship? Like, so give them the opportunity to tell you first.
So not say like,
and
this
then be
is
like,
message.
because I can't lie, your ex actually texted me what you did, and if you did this,
that is imagine your best friend's ex messaged you, mad thing. That is crazy.
Damn, that's a heavy one. I can't lie. That's
chat to your friend, mate, and go from there.
Right, problem 2. I was asked last week by a white someone in my HR department, if I could help them find a new hire as they lost their only black dude in a specific department. I didn't feel comfortable hearing something like this from someone in HR because it's not exactly like I can report this to them. Help.
You report it to their superior. I've worked in HR, yeah. I've worked in HR, I've worked in diversity and inclusion for a long motherfucking time, yeah. Whoever's above them, you're reporting them. Let me tell you something about the work, the 9 to 5 life, yeah. Report people. I can't say this enough. When people acting nuts at work, report them. It's not like, oh, but they just report them. If someone says anything sus, report them with the quickness as well. And make sure it's to the highest person that you can get in contact with. Because stuff like this, yeah, people just let slide and think, haha, it's jokes. That's not fucking funny. Why are you saying stuff like that at work? And also, why are you so comfortable to say that to me? No. And the way they've written a white someone tells me that this person is not white. So why are you saying to me, let's say as a black woman, I've lost my money. You need to be reported. I'm not above reporting anyone. And I would say this 10 toes. If somebody does something suspicious at work, report them immediately. Because as HR or as whoever, you have to act on that. They're not just gonna ignore it. They have to act on it. What are you saying? I feel like people act crazy at work. It just shocks me every time.
I think going to superior is always like the best thing. I've learned from like work as well that if you have a problem, never always go to the person above.
Yep, always.
Yeah, I think
always.
If that wasn't someone from the HR department saying that to you, then then it's quite a simple go to HR. I think it's kind of mad that you got someone in HR.
HR, just remember, HR is just
for the company.
It's just a label on someone.
Yeah.
That's just a job title.
HR is just there to protect the company.
Yeah.
But
it's just a job title.
I would disagree with that because this is listen, as I said, I've worked in HR. This is the problem. Even though you are there to protect the company, you're also there to protect the employees because you also have to follow the law. You can't be having employees saying racist shit to other employees. They have to act on that. And I think there's a massive stigma around HR. That's why people don't come forward to them because they see them as the police of the office. At the end of the day, people should not be saying mad sentences like that so casually. Yeah. We're at work. Yeah. Are you nuts? I'm telling you, I've reported many people in my time. Let me tell you that. Don't get comfortable. And the reason why people talk like that at work is because people don't report people. Report people. Disciplinary, they will get fired. Problem done. Talking about I've not lost the last black. If I fly kick you, now what? Because now I'm the angry black woman. Anyways, the moral of the story is report them. I was passionate about that one because that one really hit home.
Just always go to the person above.
Always. Best but I will always say just always say something to somebody. Yeah. Don't just let it fester because also that man now will make another joke next week.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he thinks you
because if they make an example out of that, then that's more likely to have an impact across the office.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Than you having to deal with it yourself.
Whoever this is, if you really need some true HR advice, message me tonight and I will formulate the email for you.
Go on, Kim.
I don't ramp.
Have you seen that meme? Have you seen that meme with Young Thug when he's like on the computer standing with
that's Kim writing a letter to HR.
That is me.
The way Young Thug is standing, looking like cross as well.
I know how to write a powerfully worded email that's also drag someone at the same time because I've got my experience. Because listen, when I first went into the work world, it was just bare microaggressions left, right, and center. And no one giving me advice on what to do about it. Just like, just get, it's okay. Like, maybe he didn't mean it. Yes, he fucking did. And even if he didn't mean it, listen, the things people used to say to me at work, people would come and grab my hair. What's going on? You to report that. You shouldn't get used to that behavior. As a white person, I wouldn't come and start rubbing your hair, would I? Coming up to me saying, I just wonder what it feels like. What the fuck are you doing, bruv? You're at work. Hey, reporting.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's how they're gonna learn that it's wrong by having some consequences for it. Because by letting it slide, it will just.
You let someone touch your hair. Let me tell you something. You let someone run their fingers through your hair once. Next week, they'll be doing Yoruba accent to you. They'll be doing mad crazy things to you than the week after. Don't let people take the piss out of your boundaries, and don't make it feel. I think people sometimes feel like they're snitching. This is work. Snitch on everyone.
And that's it for this week's episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you want to leave your problems, there is a link in the description. Click on that and leave your problem. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much, everyone.
That was so powerful.
That was brilliant. Wallah.
I think I'd do better when I scream at people.
Yeah, you smashed it. Wallah.
Okay.